mankind actually possesses the power of the night to alter and throw out of harmony the natural order of the earth.
This is the story of Jensen, poet of the prairie, maker of public parks, prophet of conservation.
Jensen had a core belief that people need the living green or they would shrivel up inside.
I was attracted by the immensity of the sea, and in its place came the Great Plains of America. It is the strength of America, the greatest strength we have.
I felt a great sense of spiritual connection to Jensen and the concept of a spiritual connection to nature.
To be able to realize the great legacy of someone like Jensen, who understood what public spaces were all about, to understand their great restorative nature.
It makes me remember how important it is to introduce nature into our cities and to make it accessible for all people, just like Jensen always envisioned.
I live in Manhattan, and we have so much concrete that the green areas are so important. We can create places where kids can learn to grow their own food, and I think there's a whole generation out there that thinks so too.
It's a really great feeling to just go and just sit there and away from all the traffic, away from all the talking, enjoy nature and enjoy what was there before all of this was.
And it helps tie together what Jensen did back in his time and what we're doing today.
Back in 1912, he advocated for green spaces for everybody in the city, not just people by the lake, but people out on the west side and the south side. Tried to put the living green in their lives, because the living green is what changes our lives. And it's really hard, really, to underestimate the value of nature.
The greatest thing that Jensen did was to value the natural landscape, and he convinced others of that value.
In a lot of ways, it's the only thing that matters to us, is can we redesign our future around more sustainable practices, and how we give the next generation of learners and students and young people a chance to interact with nature. Are we going to live in concrete canyons and paved over fields, or are we going to live in green space where everybody has a chance to connect with their environment?
I'm big on the environment, so to see him do something big out of nothing, it was interesting.
Everybody's dream starts somewhere, and you got to start from ground zero.
Instead of a pageant, it was something fun. Throw festivals and have carnivals, and that get people attention, so that's what I do.
Every obstacle makes you stronger. Every idea that you have that gets knocked down, you have to learn from it, and from that you learn how to be stronger and faster and smarter.
It could be a motivational factor. You really have to just, dig within yourself, find that self-reliance and find that drive to get what you want done and done right.
I think it's also very inspirational, and we could just spread that inspiration to other people.